Well, g'day, I'm Agwin. Hope everybody's doing fine. On behalf of Ms. Shields, Mr. Perry, and myself, Mr. Anderson, I'd like to thank all the players that we had out this year for our badminton team. The season started off really quite well. However, with such circumstances, we had to cancel it. However, I would like to bring attention to the names of the players that did come out. We managed to play a few tournaments, several practices, and even had players out on Tuesday evenings, which is new for us. And it was just a great start to our season, and on behalf of the three of us, I would like to acknowledge the players that did come out. I'm sure there's a few others that came out during the season, and I'd like to say thank you to all of them. And we wish you the best of summer and hope to see you all again next year.
Hey Highlanders, my name is Mackenzie Weller and I play on the girls varsity hockey team, for which I've been asked to provide a quick recap of our season. So our season was one of many successes. It was a great year for our team. From winning the C division in our home tournament, to the B division in the Petawawa tournament, winning all of our league games and finishing first, we had a great year. So our last game of the season, we played Jean Vanier, and for GBs, we went into overtime, tied at 3-3, where in a few minutes and the other team scored. Despite this, it was one of the best and most exciting games our team played all year. We played up to the other team's skill level and accepted the challenge with the Highlander spirit.
Hi everyone, Coach Butson here to announce the team awards for girls hockey this year. First up, Most Improved Player Award. This year, one player in particular improved their game tremendously throughout the year. With great work effort and practices and determination during games, she developed into a player who we were able to rely on heavily to eat up big minutes in crucial situations. The player became a solid D who could contribute offensively when the opportunity arose. This year's Most Improved Player is Anna Wager. Congratulations, Anna. Next up, Most Dedicated Player. This player is invested in this team as much as any player has been. She juggles academics, extra school activities, but is always there to help you with team responsibilities. On the ice, her effort in practice and games is relentless. She is a rock on and off the ice for AHS girls hockey. This year's Most Dedicated Player is Madeline Parody. Congratulations, Madeline. And our last award is the Most Valuable Player. The impact made on the ice was eye-catching. The skill set spearheaded our team both on offense and defense. The opposing coaches at GBs breathed a sigh of relief and said wow after the game when commenting about these two players. Yes, the award goes to two players this year. The Most Valuable Player award for girls hockey goes to Natalie Tolton and DL Parody. Congratulations, ladies. Once again, it has been an honor to coach this team this year. Thanks to Coach Deschamps, Mr. Solander, community coaches Steve Todoroff, Mitch Parody, and trainer Elena Robinson. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here to talk about the boys varsity hockey. This year started off with a East-West game, which was pretty lopsided. Our opponent wasn't quite ready for us, and we were very, very pumped for them. We put on our new jerseys and brought out a great display, and handily won the East-West game. That started off our season. We got going on a roll. We only had a few teams to play, Prairie Sound, Gravenhurst, and Huntsville. So we came to a championship game just to see who would represent MPS. And we brought a really good game. The game was hosted in Sundridge, really big game, and ended up beating Prairie Sound in the final game. So that allowed us to be the MPSA champions. And off to GBSAs, which was really exciting because this year there were two positions available for GBSAs to go to OFSA. So it didn't matter if we won or lost our GBSA game, we were going to OFSA. And the boys were really pumped about that. I was really pumped about that. So down to Barrie we go, and we get ready for our game. And the other team's arriving. And honestly, as they arrived, I'm kind of sizing players up and checking things out. And after about the 13th or 14th AAA Barry Colt bag went through the door, I kind of stopped counting. I knew we were in pretty hard. So I started off our pregame conversation with talking about, well, you might find yourselves hemmed in your own zone for an extended period of time. Remember your positioning. Don't panic. Let's remember kind of what the things that got us here defensively. And for some people in the dressing room, that was their holy cow moment. We're in pretty hard here. For others, it happened when we were in warm-up, and as we were doing our warm-up, the Colts were the Barry Colt. They were warming up and firing shot after shot off the post, and people were taking notice of that and going, uh-oh, we're in trouble. And we were in trouble. We played a great game, the best game we could really bring. I was very proud of all our players. I was most proud of Ian Adams. He probably saw 60 shots. He had 6 go past him, none of which were he could do anything about because they were very well set up or just extremely good plays. He won the admiration of the other coach and team for MVP because they realized just how well he held us in there and stuff. And it was a great game, which we lost very well. And honestly, Twin Lakes was a very gracious winner. They were really nice to play against, and without Ian, it could have easily been 15-0, honestly. So I have so we thought we'd be going to OFSA, but COVID happened and changed everything. So I have 3 awards to give out. First being Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year is a player who plays for the first year on this varsity team, and this player contributed regularly and often scored goals and was a very strong player for us offensively. And this Rookie of the Year is Cohen Poor. The next award I have is Most Improved Player. Most Improved Player, this player has played on the varsity team for quite a few years. He's a senior player, but this year I felt like he really brought a different level to the game. Certainly maturity. He was a leader in the dressing room. This year's Most Improved Player is Jacob Leggett. Congratulations, Jacob. MVP of the year, I think, is pretty unanimous. I don't think this will be a surprise to anyone. This player held us in every game we were in. If we weren't playing defensively, he was there to stop the puck. He's a very strong player and certainly very well deserving of MVP. Ian Adams. Congratulations, Ian.
Hello, Magwin athletes. I'd like to take a minute to talk about the junior basketball season. Even though we didn't make it to OFSA, we did have many fun memories. It was a privilege to be surrounded by such great guys that were fun to be around on and off the court. We did beat some top-tier teams, like the time we beat Bracebridge in overtime. We celebrated those wins tons. We also had some very fun road trips and locker room celebrations. Also, we had lots of fun at places like McDonald's, and the bus ride was always exciting. It's sad to say that we can't all be on the same team next year, but we will be an unstoppable force when we are all together again in our senior years. When I look back on the season, I had a blast, and I hope you guys did too. Thank you to all the players and coaches that made our basketball season an enjoyable experience. Go Magwin.
Hi everybody, Miss Wardlaw here. I have the great pleasure of coaching the novice girls volleyball team. Late in the season, these girls came into my office to give me a TikTok tutorial. And so Young and I talked about creating a TikTok video to present this award, but unfortunately I need a few more lessons. When the girls were in grade 8, I was warned about their talent. I was warned by the grade 9 basketball coaches and the gym teachers that this was going to be a competitive tryout, and it was. All of these warnings were true, but I wasn't warned how fun this group of girls are. Throughout our season, we were challenged in competitive tournaments, intense hopper chalk talks, homework assignments to learn new positions, and changing from a 4-2 to a 5-1 mid-season. These girls gladly gave up their lunch hours to practice and even stayed after school to practice with the junior team. Mr. Hopper, Ms. DeYoung, and I are very proud of all of you. This year's winners survived and thrived in one of the most difficult playing situations. It was a away game against Gravenhurst. The senior team was in the stands cheering, and the girls were playing their hearts out. However, every time this young lady touched the ball, the ref would blow a whistle calling a double or a lift. The ref was calling the game so tight, I thought he was calling an OVA game. This kind of pressure is difficult for any novice player in any position, but most of all for a setter who's expected to touch the ball every play. Most kids would have cracked under this kind of pressure, but not this girl. She maintained her composure, she stayed positive, and most of all, she stayed enthusiastic. To the kid who asked Mr. Young every day if there was practice, this award goes out to Cecilia Darling. Thank you, Cecilia, and congratulations. Have a good summer, everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Bell, and this year I had the honor of coaching our junior girls volleyball team. Our team was made up of 13 players, and I'd just like to give a shout out to them. So our setters this year, we had Annalie Hodgson, Megan Lee, Kaylee Rick, and Mackenzie Weller for a short while before she moved to libero. Our middles were Natalie Crockford, Mackenzie Daynard, Alexandra Harvey, and Maya Whitman. And our powers were Piper Benison, Sarah Donaldson, Jessica Kaufman, Alyssa McDonald before she left our school for second semester, Kezia Turner. So to you ladies, it was a lot of fun coaching you. You all have a lot of spirit, a lot of dedication to the sport. I could tell just by watching you guys that you just love volleyball. So it was a lot of fun for me working with you guys. We always had a lot of fun at our practices and games, both on and off the court. So I want to thank you all for a great season. So the award for junior girls goes to a most improved player. And I just want to talk about this player a little bit before I say her name. But I want you to know too that you were chosen by me for this award, but also from our team. We had a little team vote at our year-end little wrap-up party, and it was almost a unanimous vote amongst our team. So that's pretty awesome. This player, I had the privilege of having her in my phys ed class in first semester, and anytime there was a free moment, she had a volleyball in her hand and she was practicing. This player started out as a setter for us this season, but she was willing to take on a change and a new position to help out her team. So she moved into the libero position and she absolutely rocked it. She sacrificed her body diving all over the floor, and she was an absolute natural at the position. I couldn't be more proud of you, Mackenzie Weller, for all that you did for our team this year and just how far you came from the beginning of the season to the end. You were a real rock for our team, so dedicated and passionate about the sport. Mackenzie is a real student of the game of volleyball. She is always asking questions, sometimes in class or between classes or at lunch or during a game. She'd be standing right beside me and she was always asking questions because she was so interested and she always wanted to learn. So I think because of that and being so inquisitive, Mackenzie, that's part of why you've got this award today. And big congratulations to you. Very well deserved.
Hello everyone, my name is Caitlin Smith. I was and hope to continue being the setter on the Almaguin Highlands Secondary Schools girls volleyball team. I was asked by my coach to say a few words about our season, so here goes. I got the honor of playing on a team with the best group of girls I know. Each member of the team brought their own individual skills to the table, and we wouldn't have had such a successful season without them. We played hard and fought to make it to GBs. Unfortunately, that's as far as we made it. Throughout the season, I watched my teammates improve, meeting their own personal milestones. And seeing them improve pushed me to meet my own goals. I couldn't have asked for a better team. I also want to thank our coach Hildy for coaching us. We may have gotten on your nerves and complained at times, but we really did appreciate all the time you put into helping us become the best players we can be. Here's to next season.
Hi, Hildebrand here again. Going to talk a little bit about the senior girls volleyball team. Girls had a solid season. They gained a lot of valuable experience at the tournaments we went to. They practiced hard. They played hard. They had some strong games against Huntsville and Gravenhurst. They eventually played a very strong St. Dominic's team, unfortunately losing in 3 sets at the MPS Championships. The team is very young, and I hope to see most of them back next year so we can continue on with this team. You can have the best hitters in the world. You can have solid first passers, but if you don't have a setter, your team's not going to go very far. So I want to congratulate Caitlin Smith being this year's MVP for the senior girls volleyball team. Congratulations.
The Sunderidge Smashers Ladies League Volleyball Sportsmanship Award goes to an athlete who displays a tremendous amount of sportsmanship, leadership, and is very coachable. This athlete's worked hard all season. She plays middle really well. She blocks, gets some hits every now and then, and has been a leader with the team and has always encouraged everybody to do their best. This award goes to Hannah Fry. Congratulations, Hannah.
Hi Highlanders, Misty Young here. Just wanted to say a few words about this year's Nordic Ski Team. Our ski team had another very successful season. We qualified 3 racers for OFSA, Jewel Herman, Andrew Hill, and Callan Ronholm. We had a very young and inexperienced team, which is the great thing about Nordic skiing at Almagwin. You don't need experience, you don't even need to have equipment. We will help you, we will coach you, and we will give you all the stuff you need to have an amazing time on the snow. Look at Lara and Candela. Those 2 girls had never even seen snow before they got here this year, and they were just bombing down the trails by the end of the season. It was a really neat thing to see their growth, and everybody improved with every single race. I just want to extend my congratulations to our most improved skier, Dom Krinkovic, who did an amazing job and saw huge growth through the season, and to our MVP skiers, Andrew Hill and Callan Ronholm. Thanks very much, folks. We'll see you on the trail next year.